Glorious fall morning to you guys. Are you? Oh, brother. We've been waiting months for it to get nice and cool, which it isn't today, but it will be tomorrow. This is a wonderful day. I've never seen one like this before. You know who said that? Maya Angelou. And is that not true? This is it. This is the only time we're going to live on 11/9/2025. This is it. When we go to bed tonight, this day is done and gone. So it's just a really good idea to embrace this day and every day. And I'm sure you're loving the weather as much as I am, even though I didn't get a very big response. So welcome to November and Thanksgiving month, where the emphasis is always on gratitude. Exactly, except of course, gratitude, which is an acknowledgement of all good things that come our way and that are a deep part of our life. It is suggested to be a daily practice, right? For some of us, me in particular, it's a moment by moment practice. The moment I gain consciousness in the morning, I give thanks that I'm alive, right? To live and play and experience another day of life on this beautiful planet. I might even sing to myself, "This is the day that the Lord hath made. It's wrong tune and everything else, but let us rejoice and be glad in it." Right? I love that song. It's more of a traditional, mainstream song, but it doesn't matter. This is the day that the... Anyway, I'll figure it out at some point. So where in your body do you feel gratitude? Heart. Most of us feel it in our heart, right? And even if it's not in your heart, it ends up landing there sooner or later. That's because metaphysically, the heart is much more than a physical organ. It's the seat of consciousness, the seat of the divine. It's the bridge between the spirit and the body. It's the center of love and truth and alignment. That's interesting to know that your heart is the center of love and truth and alignment. So I have some questions because I'm going to share some stuff about my recent experiences. And I know one person here can answer this question. Hey, I'll raise my hand. How many of you here have had heart procedures? Right, Barb? Yeah, I see three hands went up. Is that correct? Right? This is a situation where things are not A-okay with this most important organ, which I've already mentioned is so much more than merely an organ. And I think some of you can relate with that. So last month, the month of October, I had 2 heart surgeries. They were not open heart surgeries. One was to repair a birth defect, which I'm very excited about because, as many of you in this room know, I'm a stroke survivor. I've had multiple strokes. So they discovered, quite by accident, that this hole in my heart was the reason I was having these strokes. So I was all in. Okay, let's fix it, right? But that fix caused another situation that had to be remedied by an additional procedure. And I hope you'll forgive me for what might seem at first to be a self-focused talk. But this is my recent experience, and I always bring my recent experiences to share with you. And I crafted this talk around the heart and how the heart can expand our relationship with all that is, meaning the Holy One, our cosmic creator, the spirit of the universe, Mother Goddess, Father God. Whatever you choose to call it, it's all there is. That's it. There's nothing more than God. God is all there is. So I learned in the process of my recovery, which I am still at the beginning of, this is my first major excursion. It's been 2 weeks, and so I asked for a stool here in the event I need to sit down because I become very breathless. But you're okay with that, right? Good, because I'm going to sit down anyway. So I've learned that the heartbeat is the drumbeat of life. Without our heart, we wouldn't have life. So it is the drumbeat of life. And when it changes, as in my procedures or perhaps yours, it often mirrors a spiritual recalibration, which has just been a beautiful thing for me. Our soul is retuning our physical rhythm to match a higher frequency of truth or purpose. I genuinely experienced this new calibration as a rebirth of sorts. I've been reborn, and it's showing up in the strangest of ways in my home. I'm wanting to get rid of furniture, I'm wanting to clean stuff out, downsize, have garage sales, just get rid of a whole bunch of stuff that I guess my heart, by the way, I've named her Harriet. I talk to her all the time. Her name is Harriet. Anyway, she and I, along with Source, have decided I don't need all this stuff that I have. So yeah, it's a spiritual recalibration. So my heart, Harriet, has become yet another teacher in my life, one that's up close and personal, one that I can, be in contact with. Because for me, my heart, being a spiritual organ, is talking to me just as if spirit were. Well, spirit and my heart are the same thing. Let's just boil it down. So, when life brings heart-related challenges, either arrhythmia or surgery or emotional pain, I mean, we all can agree we've had emotional pain in our lives, or we wouldn't have gotten to be the ages we are. Emotional pain is real. It often invites us to slow down, to hear our inner truth. I'm in a position now where I must slow down, and although I'm living in my human form, I find this frustrating because I am a type A, get her done person. That is not working right now. I cannot push through. It's impossible for me to push through. Did you find that to be true, Barb? You just can't. It doesn't matter what your mind wants to do. Your body's like, no, you're not doing that. So it invites us to release old emotional charges, such as long-held anger or resentment, or grief, or emotional imprints of attachment that once disrupted my and your natural harmony. Can you see how living in a state of grief can disrupt your natural harmony? Can you see how carrying resentments from years past can disrupt emotional equilibrium? Just nod your head so I know you're awake. Do that. It also invites us to expand our capacity for love, which is why I have all those hearts. Thank you, thank you. I have all those hearts. My heart is literally overflowing. So it creates a new flow. We just studied Eric Butterworth's book, In the Flow of Life, and I didn't realize heart stuff would be coming up because, you don't know what's coming the next day. But heart stuff has come up, and my heart is overflowing, and I'm filled with a love that I never experienced before. So the heart is learning a new rhythm. My instructions for after the second heart procedure were to go on slow walks. And it was told to me very strongly, this is not a exercise walk. This is a walk of exploring what your heart can do. This is a walk to teach your heart how to beat again in the proper rhythm. So you may feel like this has nothing to do with you because you didn't just have heart procedure, but it certainly does. Because each and every one of us have a heart inside of us, and sometimes we're invited to slow down and to allow love to flow out. To slow down and not count our steps. Who here counts their steps? Yep. We don't always have to count our steps. Sometimes we can walk with the intention of getting in touch with our heart, with our soul, with our spirit. So that way we can find out more closely our true purpose, our soul's peace. This new love is not just romantic, although I suppose it could be, but I'm thinking about self-love, divine love, and compassion for all beings. It's the soul's way of saying, listen, come home. Feel again. Let love become your pulse, your rhythm. And let gratitude become your language, your song. So everything else we're going to talk about today is going to be about gratitude. Well, I just have to tell you that my experience in the hospital was one of overwhelming love for every person who came into my room. Like, I was blown away by how much I loved them. And they loved me too. They left notes on the wall that I could see when I woke up, because I was always sleeping. And I wrote notes to them, and they took it down to the nurse's station. I mean, we had a love fest going on. It was, I mean, if you're going to be in the hospital, you may as well have fun, right? And those of you who know me well know that fun is like my middle name. I want to have fun. Fun and joy. Those are my two words. So miracle after miracle after miracle occurred right before my eyes and was witnessed by friends that were visiting. They were like, oh, wow. It was more than, oh, wow. I mean, if I could have, I would have jumped up and down, but that probably wasn't the best move. So I have to tell you that my faith exploded when I realized that it was God's faithfulness to me. How great is thy faithfulness? It was not my minuscule drop of faith for God. God is the one who was faithful to me and to each and every one of you. God's faithfulness, we can't even comprehend the extent of God's faithfulness to us. So where do we go to find the lyrics to true gratitude? So most people list things. Sometimes they do it every day. Sometimes they do it now and then. List for things of which they are grateful. And that's certainly a good place to start. But let's shift from thinking about what we're grateful for to feeling. Let's deepen it together right now. Are you ready?
Yes.
That's much better. So I want you to pick just one thing for which you are grateful. Just one thing, not 5 or 10, just one thing. And bring it vividly to mind right now. It could be a person, a moment in time, even the breath in your chest. Now close your eyes. And notice, pay attention to that thing you chose, and notice what it feels like in your body to be grateful for this one thing. It might be a warmth in your chest. It might be a softening of your face. Maybe your breath becomes a little lighter. Stay there. Stay with that physical sensation for 30 seconds. I will time us. Stay there. Don't let your mind drift. Take some breaths in. It's only been 5 seconds. Keep breathing into that feeling. Okay, you can open your eyes now. That tiny exercise moves gratitude from thinking about it to embodying it. I would just offer you the idea that maybe you could do that more often, rather than just list a bunch of gratitudes. You can also speak it out loud, right? Because gratitude becomes deeper when it's expressed, even quietly. Whisper thank you when you see something that moves you. Before a meal, thank the food. Thank the hands that grew it. Thank your body for digesting it. Tell a loved one something specific that you appreciate about them. Words release gratitude into the world vibrationally. We are vibrational beings. So of course, when we speak words of gratitude, they vibrate out. We are such powerful beings, and we just live so small because we forget that we're vibrational spirit beings. We have so much power. So I want you to do this right now. I want you to get up and go sit next to somebody that you don't know or you know very little. Get up and go sit next to somebody you barely know and tell them one thing that you are grateful for. All right, number 3. I have 10 things that I'm offering you. We've done the first one, the second one. Let's welcome what is, even the unwanted. So there's a turning point from surface level to soul level gratitude. When you start to include discomfort, uncertainty, or even grief in your practice, not as things you enjoy, of course, but as parts of the full human experience. We're going to be sad. We're going to experience grief. We're going to experience pain. But we can change that. Gratitude becomes radical acceptance. So I love the word radical because I think I'm a radical. And so I love the idea of radical acceptance. We just accept what is. It doesn't make us want to throw a party, but what is, just is. Right? Right? Right. So ask yourself gently, what might this be showing me? How might this pain be softening me or awakening me? I mean, it's not for no reason. Everything has a lesson in it. Can I thank life simply for letting me feel deeply? Because a lot of us want to live on the surface. We want to live in happy, happy, joy, joy world. Yeah, but it doesn't always work like that, does it? Happy, happy, joy, joy world isn't every single day. How is this challenge shaping my compassion or patience? I can tell you when I was in the hospital, I don't know where this came from. Well, of course I do know where it came from, but I had so much compassion for every single solitary person that came in my room, including my family and my friends. Compassion in a way I've never experienced it before. And my heart rate was going up to 180, 190. And I love you so much to people who came in the room. It was a difficult few there. I was in the hospital 6 days. It was a difficult time. So this is not denial. I hope you don't hear me as saying that this is denial. It's not. It's transformation. That's what unity people are here for. Amen. We're here to be transformed. Thank you. We're here to be transformed, and we're not going to be transformed if our life is not shaken up a little bit or a lot. Some of us need a huge shake. So you don't have to be grateful for pain. Nobody is saying, okay, be grateful for pain. But you can find gratitude through the pain. Do you see the difference? So let's say you have chronic back pain. Does anybody here have chronic back pain? Right. We're not going to be grateful for the pain, but as we move our body and become more comfortable releasing some of the pain, we can be grateful for that, not for the pain itself. Even if it's just moment by moment, if you have chronic pain and you have had, like, say, for instance, I get really bad bouts of sciatica. I'm not grateful for that, but I'm grateful for the ability, moment by moment, to move through it. Can you see that? Nobody is asking you to be grateful for pain. It transforms the heaviness of sciatica into meaning. What is the meaning? What is this trying to teach me? What can I learn from this? Because everything we're here to learn. This is Earth School. We're here to learn. Okay, let's practice reverse gratitude. Once a day, choose something ordinary that you take for granted, like breathing easily. I had to throw that one in. A nice warm bed, a loved one's text, or that first sip of coffee or tea. Excuse me, I'm going to have to pull this up because I'm feeling a little lightheaded here. But you guys are okay with that, right? Yeah. And imagine your life without it for 30 seconds. It's kind of a compare and contrast exercise. So, how many of you in here are avid coffee lovers? Some of us. Imagine your life without that cup of coffee. But you can because you have the power of imagination. Imagine it without that cup of coffee. Not every day, just in this moment. You're not going to die. It's up in your head, that's right. Then return to the awareness that you do have that coffee. That moment of contrast deepens appreciation powerfully. Right? It does. All right, let's shift from having to being. This is step 5. Ordinarily, gratitude says, I'm grateful for. We can name, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my pets, I'm grateful for my home. These are all the things that people normally write down. Profound gratitude says, I'm grateful through. So you begin to sense that gratitude is not a reaction, but a state of being. A state of being. It doesn't depend on circumstances. Because I can be grateful for my home, but what if my home burned down? Knock on whatever. Right? I would have to find a way to be grateful through that. When practiced deeply, gratitude becomes the lens through which you perceive everything. Joy and pain and even loss. Try this reflection. Even when nothing changes outside me, I can rest in appreciation that I am here, breathing and witnessing this life unfold. Even when nothing outside when nothing changes outside of me, can I rest in appreciation that I am here, breathing and witnessing this life unfold? Do you feel this shift? It's a pretty significant shift, even though it's subtle. I have a feeling you don't. Okay. Let gratitude, 6. Let gratitude flow outward. When you express gratitude in words or touch or service or generosity, you complete that circuit, right? The law of circulation. Gratitude wants to move. It wants to be shared. So, those of you who know me know that part of my ministry is I write notes to people, cards, thank you cards, or I'm thinking of you cards. So write a heartfelt note to somebody, not a text. Not a text. Not a what? Text. That's right, no text. Hand write out a note. Perhaps thanking them for something they did that changed your life, changed your way of thinking, changed you in some way. Appreciating them for something they've done, something they've given you, some way that they just said something, an appreciation. I love it when people share with me how they appreciate me. Don't you love that? And then you send them a note. Thank you for expressing that appreciation. Can you guys do that? Yes. Oh, brother. How many of you will do that this week? This week. Okay, I want to see more hands. This is pissy. Come on. All right, how hard is it to write a note, guys? Are you having a hard time thinking of who to send it to? That doesn't count. All right, give without being asked, anonymously, if possible. Bless others silently when you pass them. I mean, how many people do we pass in the course of a day? Tons of people. Just bless them. Whether they're the people that live on the sidewalk or whether they're people going into the grocery store. Silently bless them. Each act strengthens gratitude as an energy, not just an emotion. If you're sending blessings to other people. Again, we're vibrational beings. They may not feel it. Somebody in China may feel it, but it's felt. Okay, here's another one that I think is really cool. Keep a small wonders journal. Instead of generic lists, write down the specific moment that opened your heart that day. Something that made you pause. Like a complete stranger looked you in the eyes and smiled at you. That's something to pop down, right? The sun hit your floor and made this beautiful line on the floor, came in through the windows, right? You watched a cardinal land on your bird feeder. You paid attention. You noticed your orchid beginning to bloom when it hasn't bloomed for a year. That turns me on. For me also, your heart felt calm for an hour. You took a full breath without fear. Write how it felt, not just what happened. So how did it feel when you stepped outside and the cardinal landed on the bird feeder? Joy? Right? Okay, so I made some small wonders journals for some of you that are brave enough to come pick them up. So they're different sizes, and they're just handmade, but they're pretty.
I'll be first in line.
Thank you, but there's nobody behind you.
Thank you. Get one for both of us.
Okay. The little one? I love that you're coming up. Come. This is going to be it. All done. Sorry, Chris. You're welcome. Okay. So I thought I was going to have to take those. You're welcome. It's, I had so much fun making those yesterday. I have the pretty paper. I had so much fun. And a lot of times people don't take these from me. And I was just going to say, okay, I'm speaking at a church next week. They'll take them. But you guys were brave. Okay, so you got about the Small Wonders Journal, right? Number 8. Practice reverence. Reverence is gratitude's older, quieter sibling. It's the awareness that everything, your breath, a stone, the sky, heartbeat, the shoes on your feet, is all part of something sacred. And then acknowledge that you too are a sacred, holy being. If a stone is sacred, then of course we're sacred, right? Right? Boy, you guys. It's just really, really cool. Reverence is like, it takes reverence and gratitude. Well, it says it's an older, quieter sibling, right? But they like hold hands. Because if you're grateful, then you're going to feel reverence. And reverence is what slows us down. Reverence is what makes us stand in awe of the Creator. And I love how that makes me feel. You guys? Do something. Okay, thanks. All right, to cultivate it, spend 5 minutes in nature doing nothing. Doing nothing. You don't have to pull a weed. You don't have to water a plant. Just go outside and stand in nature. I have a hammock. I just put it up. It was a little hard because it was heavy. So I had to take it out one piece at a time because I can't pick up anything heavy. But I wanted that freaking hammock up, and I got it up. So I go out there and lay in my hammock and just enjoy breathing the fresh air. And my bird feeders are all around me, so I get to watch the birds come and land on the feeders. So, whisper thank you, not to anyone specific, but just to your existence, just to the fact you're alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you that I'm alive. Can you do that? Yeah. This opens a depth where gratitude becomes awe, because that's what reverence is. Let gratitude be your prayer. Instead of trying to be grateful, simply live as if life itself is prayer. Which sounds great when I'm standing up here saying it to you, but to live your life as if your life itself was a prayer, that's a lifetime endeavor. Live your life as if it were a prayer. Is that powerful? Do like this. With every inhale, say thank you. Inhale. Thank you. When you exhale, say I'm present, I'm awake, and I'm aware. Breathe in. Thank you. Breathe out. I am present, I'm awake, and I'm aware. One more time. Breathe in a thank you. And breathe out. I'm present, I'm awake, I'm aware. So let gratitude saturate the ordinary, like folding laundry, or chopping up veggies, or listening to a loved one's voice, or stroking your cat or dog, or putting up your first Christmas decoration of the year, or touching your heart, Harriet, in my case, and feeling your pulse. Your pulse is what lets you know you're alive. Gratitude becomes a continuous rhythm rather than an occasional reflection. Can you feel how gratitude can become a continuous rhythm rather than an occasional reflection? Yes. Thank you. Number 10. We're almost done. Whoops, I'm kicking things. Merge gratitude with love. Ultimately, profound gratitude and love are indistinguishable. I experienced this in the hospital, like I already told you. When our heart opens in gratitude, it naturally wants to love. Not just people, but existence itself, life itself. This is the spiritual essence of gratitude, the realization that everything is a gift. Say that with me. Everything is a gift. Again, everything is a gift. No matter what it is, it's a gift. So, I'm going to close our time together with some quotes, and then I'll be done. When asked if my cup is half full or half empty, my only response is, I'm thankful I have a cup. Right? The real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become. Robert Holden, the actor, said that. I love this. Wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will feed every corner of your life. Rumi, of course, said that. But can you imagine when you wake up in the morning, wrapping yourself in a cloak of gratitude and wearing that all day long? Envision yourself wearing a cloak of gratitude. Isn't that beautiful? If the only prayer you ever said in your whole entire life was thank you, that would be enough. Meister Eckhart said that. And finally, I can't leave without quoting scripture. That's who I am. 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. Rejoice always. Pray without ceasing. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Jesus the Christ for you. Amen.